All right, yo, fans, welcome back to this week's edition of the Steel Show here with Coach Moroski. Obviously coming off of a tough loss against Montana Western up there in Dillon. New stadium, inaugural year for the new stadium up in Western. Looked like a great atmosphere, but certainly a tough game for the Yotes. So, Coach, just jumping right into the game, assess what you feel like went wrong for your team to not be able to come out with a victory this week.
Yeah, certainly not a surprise that you fall behind to a team with Montana Western's talent, and especially on offense. And I think the disappointing thing was we didn't react the way we needed to, certainly coming out of the box, but then after we gave up a couple of touchdowns, it wasn't until it was 21-0 before, and I still thought we looked like our confidence was shot, and a lot of that's on preparation. So the coaching staff, me included, has had to own that a little bit, but then I did like the way we came back. I mean, we had a chance and we got back in the game, and that was pleasing, and that was no surprise. I mean, we have fighters, we have great guys, and as good a talent as we've ever had. So it was just a matter of getting it straightened out, and I thought we did. And middle of the third quarter, we got a chance, 28-17, and then kind of a flukish play, which again is part of football, and so it was really an overall disappointing day. I think the guys were very disappointed. I think the coaches were disappointed, and I believe that it's everyone's in it together, and so we just have to do a better job in terms of getting ready. Got a bunch of big games soon, and every team is new, so it's how do you respond in that situation is new for some guys, so there's a different dynamic. But a lot of guys played well. We always play hard. I think my biggest concern as a coach is, why aren't we playing with confidence, and why aren't we playing as fast as we possibly could? So that's if we play hard and play fast and play confidently, and somebody beats us, then you can, that happens. That happens. But this was a case of not quite that. I didn't think we were quite there, especially in the first quarter and a half.
Yep, absolutely. And this is the type of game where you need your best effort.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
a lot of explosive plays, by their offense, especially early in the game, and certainly, a lot of football is limiting explosive plays on defense and creating explosive plays on offense, and you weren't able to do that on the defensive side of the football, especially early. So what do you feel like went wrong? Was it more, was it their guys, or busted coverage, or maybe a little bit of both?
I think it starts with their guys. I think they were really ready. We beat them in a couple of close games last year, a couple of big games last year. And then I don't think we matched that emotional preparation. And they got their new stadium up there, which is really great for them and the conference. I think it was really a great atmosphere. And but then we didn't play well. Our goal was to take away the long ball. But if you don't get pressure on a guy like that at all, and he has all day, at some point, every coverage known to man turns into man coverage once you get 30, 40 yards down the field. So they have some elite receivers, and we knew that, and we'd hope to take away the deep ball and let them, dink and dunk and all that sort of thing. And the truth is they did both. So we gave up, and some of that is technical. It's the old eyes in the backfield thing. Don't get your eyes in the backfield because the quarterback's not throwing the ball to you. And they hit him, and hats off to them. I mean, they were on the money.
Made you pay for it.
And it was really, really good. And we knew that. We played against this guy before, twice last year. And so Michael Palandri's quite a player.
Yeah, absolutely. And
the receivers are really good.
And when you play a team like that, an offense like that, you're living on the razor's edge, right? And bad eyes, they're gonna make you pay for it. And
absolutely.
Everything's got to be detailed.
Absolutely. And then you need to weather the storm. You need to score, and we fizzled in the red zone. Went for it on 4th and 3 on the first drive, and just missed a couple of things there too.
Yeah.
So if you can match them, it gives you time to recover, and that's what we were able to do last year, especially in the playoff game. But so it kind of slipped away, but I was glad we brought it back. It would have been more satisfying if they didn't get that flukish touchdown, and we could have maybe cut into the lead a little bit more.
Yes, sir. All right, Coach, one guy I wanted to mention, a guy that seems to have given you a little bit of a lift in that running game, Jackson Stanfley. a couple games in a row with some explosive runs, and just seems to have kind of settled into maybe that 2-back role and giving you a little bit of a lift. So, talk to me about what you're pleased with, what you see from him, and maybe what he's provided your offense.
Well, he's really done a great job. I mean, he's as goal-oriented as anybody, and is just dying to get in the game, dying to contribute. Last year he contributed a lot on special teams and running down on kickoff and literally banging down the door of the coaches. What can I do? And he's very athletic and very good. So he's the exact attitude that you want to have. And then he's quite a skilled back. I mean, he's got some speed. He's got some sense of what he's doing and some real good instincts. And so it's really been pleasing to see him go. Hunter Gilbert is a great player, and probably should have played Jackson a little bit more, just because it was hot, little bit of elevation and all that. Yeah. But I thought that game and the last couple games gives us confidence in Jackson. So our confidence is rising as his is rising, and his own confidence, and so he's been great. He's been fantastic.
Amazing. And moving on this week, always a new week. That's a great part about football, and everything's still in front of you guys, and a huge game coming up this week against Southern Oregon, again on the road. A team that you guys lost to kind of end the year last year before you found a way to go on a run in the playoffs. And so, what do you see from Southern Oregon early that's going to present you guys some challenges?
Well, big challenge for sure. I thought they were one of the best teams in the conference last year, and they have most everyone back, and then they reload. So they're a little bit different than we are. I mean, they get a lot of transfers and all that sort of thing, and we typically don't. Or it's just a different way we do things. But they're really, really good. Different than Montana Western, but maybe even more talented in terms of defensive team speed and overall team speed. I don't think they have the receivers that Montana Western has. Good, solid quarterback who I think is really, really good. So it'll be tough. That Ashland trip is not easy and tough, but we know we gotta bear down. We gotta play well.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of the message from last week. We didn't start out well. We need to start out well this week to win games against teams like Southern. And we learned that last year against in the playoffs and in our stretch run. I mean, you have to match that intensity. So I'm excited about the week. I think we have a great opportunity to get a lot out of our guys. Our guys are enthusiastic, and yesterday wasn't meant to be a downer meeting, but we got an opportunity. We have to, and we'll respond, and I have full confidence that we will respond, and so it's exciting to the ebbs and flows of the season. We had a little bit of a downer, but I fully expect us to come back and play really well Saturday.
All right, Coach. Lastly, some keys to the victory against Southern Oregon coming up this week. Is it kind of in the trenches that you feel like there's that challenge, or what do you want to see from your team? And maybe what's those 1 to 2 things that you really want to see from your team take that loss and make an immediate improvement on this next Saturday?
And certainly, as mentioned, coming out of the box for sure, and playing well in the first quarter. We have to get Southern off the field, and we need to score points early. So I think that we need to find a way to run the ball, to take a little bit of the pressure off of the passing game. We rely on Andy Peters a lot, and he's a great player and can handle it. But we need to get Jackson Stampley, Hunter Gilbert, those guys going a little bit. And so we're excited about doing that. And more particularly defensively, we need to stop the run. They're going to try to handle the ball and occupy the clock, and they were able to do that in that last game last year. They were able to just long drives, and we had very few possessions. So we have to, 1, maximize our possessions on offense, and 2, hopefully we can get more possessions by getting them off the field a little bit earlier. I think those are the two main things, and the overarching thing is we just got to play with more confidence. We got to believe, we got to play faster, and we got to enjoy playing in these championship type games.
Absolutely. Well, Yote fans, tune into the stream this Saturday. Another amazing opponent for the C of I Yotes, looking to go get a big win before we come back home for homecoming. And Coach, thanks always for your time.
Okay, dude. Thanks.